Hey guys, there you are. So that was a very cheesy entrance, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Okay, so to get to what we really need to talk about. So today I'm going to talk about the first day when I came to Japan, how that was. Because I've been in Japan now for 6 months as an exchange student and have another 6 months to go before I go back to America. So the first day I came to Japan, it was crazy. It was unbelievable. So let's start with the airport. The sad, sad day when I had to say goodbye to my family. The tears and the hugs. Oh, yeah, sad, sad day. But not sad, of course. Happy, because, I'm going to Japan. So there's no sadness. Maybe a little bit. So, I was at the airport in in Richmond, Virginia. I was at the airport, I said goodbye, and I had my Rotary blazer on, because if you go with Rotary Youth Exchange, you have to wear your Rotary blazer. And with my Rotary blazer, and I'm walking to the airplane, I'm going into the airplane, I sit down, and it's like 8 o'clock at night, and lift off, and I look down, and I was so sad, but at the same time, I was so excited, because I was about to embark on an amazing journey. But anyways, so I got on the plane, and that plane went to Washington, D.C., and Washington, D.C., airports there are crazy, full of people, just everything. So yeah, so I had to rush, I had to run, I had to get to my other plane quick, because I only had like 30 minutes before my next plane was going to leave. It was crazy, and I'm all by myself. There was nobody there to help me. So, exchange students do like a practice run, go through like airport lessons or something. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, so I got on my next plane, and then on my next plane I went to Germany, and it was nice because that plane I had the whole seat, like a whole row of seats to myself. So I took a nice long nap, and that was about an 8-hour flight. So yeah, that was nice. And then I got to Germany. Now I can say I've been to Germany. That's nice. Anyway, so I got to Germany, and it was, after 8-hour flight, I was so tired. I was like, passed out. Like, my eyes were like, yeah. Anyways, so I got there. There's a lot of people. It's the Frankfurt International Airport, and there's a cat walking in the middle of the street. Anyways, that's my cat. Anyways, okay, so back to the story. So we're at the airport, and then I get on the airplane, and it's all Japanese people, mostly Japanese people. So it was nice because it was my first time, being like this close to Japan, and there's so many Japanese people. So I was like so excited, and I get on the plane, and let me tell you, it was not a nice plane. It was very small, and I had to sit next to a very big guy, and it was squished against the wall for 13 hours. No, 11 hours. That was my flight until I nicely asked the flight attendant to move me to another seat. So where I got a nice empty seat beside me. It was a nice flight. Not really. But I was closer to Japan, so I was happy. So yeah, so the little screens on the seats, I watched that, the little plane that you can see, like a little drawing, and I was getting closer to Japan, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm almost there, like I can't believe it. And so the plane lands, and my heart is like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, this is insane, I can't believe I'm actually here. And then I go out the door, the little airplane door, and it's those airplanes that like goes down the stairs, like there's stairs, so you go outside. So it's not like the tunnel that goes into the airport, it's like the stairs, so you have to go outside and then you go inside the building. I stepped outside, and I was like, I already want to go back home. It was so hot. Let me tell you, Japan, it gets really hot in Japan. I was like, get me back on the airplane where it's air conditioning. Where there's air conditioning, it is too hot here in Japan. But But I was so nervous, I was so scared, my heart was like da-da-da-da-da. But anyways, so I go into the building and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. I'm about to meet my host family, my Rotary Club. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to breathe, I need to chill down. I took my time because I don't know, I was so nervous. Like, I'm getting goosebumps right now just talking about it. Like, but it was such an amazing experience. So anyways, so I go through like immigration and all that stuff, the hectic, boring stuff that I don't need to talk about. Anyways, so yeah, then I get my luggage, and the Japanese ladies, like the workers there, they were so nice to help me with my luggage, and they are strong, let me tell you. They lifted up my luggage like bam, and they put it up because I had 2 heavy luggages. So yeah, then I'm like trying to pull it, and I'm like this weak little girl, well, I'm not little, but this weak girl pulling luggages. And then and it was like intense. It's like these little corners, like this little hallway that turns. Then you like so I walk through this one hallway, turn, walk through this one hallway, turn, walk one hallway, and then I go out, and it's like I see the light, oh, and there's like all these people, and I'm just like, where, like, I was so scared. I was literally scared. I was like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, where are they? I don't know what they look like. Like, I mean, I've seen pictures, but I don't mean to be stereotypical in any way, and I know this is bad, but sometimes they do all look a little bit the same to me, so it can be a little hard to tell who is who, but you know, it's all good now. I you know, there's a very big difference between everybody. Kind of. Yeah, anyways, so yeah, so I get there and I hear someone calling my name, Valentina, Valentina, and I'm like, I hope that's me. And I go out there and it's my host mother, and it was you know, it's like, it was kind of awkward at first, you know, just sitting there. And I'm glad because they did speak some English, and I don't know any Japanese at all. I didn't know any Japanese at all. I was like, ugh, I didn't know anything. So yeah, then so they're talking to me and they're telling me, are you sleepy, are you hungry? I'm like, no, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Like, I didn't want to complain, I didn't want to say anything. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm good, this is all good. And they're taking like a bunch of pictures of me. I'm like, they should just get my autograph or something. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, that was that. And so we're all walking through the airport, and you know, everybody's talking to me, and you know, I've just been flying for like over 24 hours. I'm really tired, so, but you know, I was nice, you know, I didn't want to be rude or anything, because you know, they're taking me in for the year, so they're taking care of me. So, but I was so excited. Japan was, let me tell you, everything smelled like fish. Everything smelled like fish. And that's probably because it, like, we were like 2 feet away from the ocean. Like, the ocean was right there. But yeah, it smelled like fish. But I enjoy it now. You know, it's just because I'm not used to it. Because in America, I live on the very deep countryside, so I'm not really used to that ocean smell yet. But it was nice. You know, I love the ocean. Anyways, so yeah, and then we were walking outside, and it was so hot. Oh my gosh, it was really hot. Ooh. But anyway, so then we go into the Rotary like little bus that we had, and everything in Japan was so tiny, like all the cars, and it was just so different. Like, my mind was just like mind blown and everything, and I was like, everything is so different, this is so cool. And then that was like my first day, and oh, there's a lot more. I can keep going, but you can stop watching now if you want to, but I'm gonna keep going. So we get in the car and we're driving to get to my host family's house, and we're driving. It's about like 2-hour drive, and we actually first stopped at the Rotary Club, where we had a nice like traditional Japanese lunch. And it's at this hotel, and you go in, and it was all, you know, traditional, and they had like the ladies dressed in the kimonos, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is exciting, you know, this is Japan, you know, yeah. And so we go into the restaurant, and the table, here's the table, and then here's the floor. There's a hole in the floor where you put your feet in. So you're sitting on the floor, but your feet are deeper in the floor, if that makes any sense. So I thought that was cool. Oops, there's people working. And then the food came, and it was my first time looking at a Japanese menu, and I'm looking through all of this, everything's in Japanese, and I'm thinking, how am I ever going to learn Japanese, because this just looks so difficult and so hard. And I just picked something random. I picked the cheapest thing because I didn't want to be like, I want this, I want that, I wanted to sing good child. And so I got the food, and it all smelled like fish. Fish. Yeah. And I didn't really like it at all, except for the rice. But the rice smelled like fish too. And I had tempura, and which is like deep fried shrimp and deep fried different things. But it all smelled like fish to me. But let me tell you now, that was the first day. Everything was like new to me. Like my mind was just still trying to wrap around the fact that I was in Japan, and everything was just so new to me. But let me tell you now, I love all the food now. I love everything now. I love the smell, I love the food, I love everything. So that was just my first day. I haven't slept for like 24 hours. So yeah, everything was just like tasted weird, and everything I saw was like weird. Anyways, but it was awesome. So then after that, I went to my host family's house. So my host mother had to go to work, and I went to the house, and at the house was my host dad and my host brother. I get to the house, and my host dad is washing the car, and he has like a white tank top on, and I was like, this is too funny. I don't know, you just had to be there in the moment. But he's just like washing the car, and he has like a white tank top on. I just thought it was too funny. I'm not even gonna go there. I just thought it was funny. And then I go in the house, and the house is really traditional. Like, it just has that really cool Japanese vibe. And the ceilings, like the shapes and the floor, it was like awesome. I love the house. So I go in, and I meet my host brother, and he shows me around the house, and they're like, this is the bathroom, you can go take a shower now. And they're like, this is the kitchen, you serve yourself, you drink yourself. Some things they said were funny, like, you drink yourself. Like, how am I going to drink myself? Like, is that even possible? But I drank myself some water. Yeah. So yeah. And it was hot. It was really, really hot. So I went and took a shower. It was my first time. And when I was in the shower, like, a lot of things were going through my head. I was like, I'm in Japan. Like, this is crazy. And then I went into my room, and it was traditional room. Like, it was amazing room. I loved it. And I'm sitting there in my room, and I'm literally going, wow, I'm actually here in Japan. This is crazy. This is unbelievable. Like, I'm actually here in Japan. And a part of me was kind of like, what did I get myself into? Like, really, what am I doing here? Like, this is not for me. This is crazy. This is insane. Like, I can't believe I'm actually here. I'm in Japan, and I'm actually going through all of this. But like 2 minutes later, I was like, yo, I'm in Japan. This is just crazy. This is insane. I'm in Japan. So I was so excited. After that, I was like, everything's always like awkward at first, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. When you get to that end, everything's gonna be amazing. So I'm kind of at that point now. So everything's just amazing. So ever since then, I have loved Japan. We've had an amazing relationship. We have fallen in love. We have never broken up, never had an argument. It's been amazing. 6 months. Now, there has been its times and roller coaster rides, but it's been good. So yeah, that was basically my first day. Yeah, it was awkward. You just bow. Like, that night we went to a party, like a welcoming party at the Rotary Club, and I just stood there, and I'm just like saying konnichiwa, 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 because that was the only word I knew, and I look stupid, but okay. And I'm just like, konnichiwa, you know, bowing, trying to look good. And they called me up to the podium, and they're like, give a speech. And I'm like, what? A speech? You've got to be kidding me. I didn't know we had to do a speech. So I stood there at the mic, looking stupid. Yeah. That was probably the most awkward thing that happened that day. Apparently I was supposed to have a speech prepared. Yeah. But it's all good now. And yeah, the party was nice. I met a lot of people. I got some presents. You know, everybody was like so happy to have me there and everything. So yeah, it's been good since then. So that was my first day in Japan. And then I went home to a freaking hot room. Let me tell you, it is so hot in Japan. Yeah, that was my first day in Japan. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to say, but I'm not going to edit this video, so I should just end it now. So yeah, if you want me to be more specific on something or say something else, please let me know, and comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Peace. I'm going to go eat some lunch now. My host mother and I are going to make udon noodles, which are the best. I'm going to have that for lunch today. So, peace, guys.